A lot of people really underestimate how many things you can really do yourself where you're not having to rely on someone else and their time. The trade-off is you have to be able to have the time to do it yourself. But once you know how to do it, you're then also in a position to do it for other people. When it comes to online presence, which is usually the litmus test that most promoters nowadays are using to determine who they book. A lot of artists get really frustrated with the fact that so many promoters rely strictly on Spotify numbers now, which to me is about as smart as relying on someone's MySpace friend count back in 2007 to book them. It's not necessarily real. And also, it's not necessarily an indicator of where people's fan base is. There are a lot of people who don't necessarily like using Spotify for various reasons. There are also people who like strictly buying physical media, and there's no way to track that. The thing is, people like using streaming data for the exact reason that it is trackable. But at the same time, if the audience isn't necessarily there, it doesn't mean that they don't exist. I think a lot of it really depends a lot too on what genre you're in and what kind of venue it is. If it's just a mainstream four-wall venue, they might be looking for something very specific or just something that can just generally fill the room. If there's something niche, they may need very specific types of music. But the biggest thing I look for when it comes to online presence, I look at actual interactions.